Being an artist is a struggle. If you're an artist, you'll understand what I mean. So I'm here to talk about the things that artists struggle with, as well as the things that personally annoy me as an artist. Some of you may relate, and some of you might just think I'm overreacting for being annoyed about certain things, but that's besides the point. Starting off with number 1, people asking if you can draw them as soon as they find out you're an artist. It's always an awkward situation when that happens because you don't want to reject them and make them feel stupid for asking, but you also don't want to draw them, so you kind of just end up staring at each other until the other person gets the hint that you're not going to draw them and leaves. And then you feel bad for the rest of the day because, they were kind of a nice person and they did ask nicely, and maybe you should have just drawn them, but you didn't really want to, and you just end up feeling bad for the rest of the day. Number 2, people staring at your art while you're drawing. I cannot stress how much I hate people looking over my shoulder when I'm drawing. I'm glad you're interested and like my art, but now I'm self-conscious that I'm not doing good enough and every little mistake I make is seen by you because you're watching and breathing very heavily over my shoulder. It gives me anxiety. Number 3, people drawing on your own artwork. Unless I give you strict permission to draw on my art, say we're just having fun and making random doodles, do not draw on my artwork. I remember in grade 7 I drew a fox, because at the time they were my favorite animal and I made my own art style for them. There was this girl in my class who sat beside me who I wouldn't have called a friend, but we were good acquaintances, and she was looking at my art while we were drawing. Really going back to number 2, huh? She sees my fox and mistakes it for a cat, and she goes, "Hey, you should put whiskers on it, 'cause cats have whiskers." I know she thought it was a cat, but I didn't say anything because I didn't want to make her feel stupid by correcting her and just went, "Heh, yeah." I thought the conversation was going to end there, but then she proceeds to take her pencil, reach over, and draw whiskers on my sketch. I'm going to kill you. They weren't even good whiskers. She wasn't an artist, but still, the audacity for her to draw on my sketch without permission. Looking back, it wasn't a great sketch anyway because I was only 12 and my art wasn't developed yet, but that doesn't change the fact that she drew on my art. The frick! Number 4, similar to number 3, but instead of drawing on others' art, it's people touching others' art. In the past, I had an art teacher who would always touch other people's artworks. She wouldn't even ask if she could touch it beforehand, she'd just touch it. For one of our projects, we had to work with chalk pastel, which, as you probably guessed, is extremely easy to smudge, not to mention you can leave behind different colored fingerprints if you're not careful. I was working on a sunset landscape piece, so as you can imagine, there were lots of bright colors that I had to be careful of because I was also using black pastel to create the silhouette of a palm tree. It was a very basic piece, I know. The art teacher comes over, and I'm just praying that she won't comment on or touch my art. So yeah, she comes over, black pastel on her fingers, and what does she do? She touches my artwork. Black fingerprints are now embedded on the corner of my page, standing out against the bright pink sky, the lightest out of all of the colors on the canvas. I'm going to cry. The art teacher notices and she tries to brush away the fingerprints, only making it worse. She ends up just laughing it off and apologizes like it wasn't such a big deal, but to me, it was. I wasn't super fond of the project, but that piece took a lot of work and I was proud of it. And now it's ruined. Speed round, go! Trying to zoom in on a traditional piece of artwork because you've been using digital a lot lately. Number 6, when you accidentally draw a line in digital and you can't find which layer it's on. Where are you? Number 7, when people shake the table you're drawing at. Stop. Number 8, when your artwork smudges together with another piece of artwork because they're back-to-back in your sketchbook. No! Number 9, accidentally drinking your paint water instead of your tea. Oh shit. And finally, number 10, trying to draw the other eye. We all know it's impossible. See, this is why I do digital, because you can just copy and paste and then flip it around and boom, you have your eye. Traditional art is not so easy. So yeah, let me know in the comments if the comments decide to work because YouTube is kind of being stupid with me and sometimes doesn't let me turn my comments on. But if I manage to get them on, let me know if you have any other things that annoy you as an artist. And I will make a part 2. So yeah, thanks for watching.